Hey guys, iDevice Help here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the future, iOS 14. Yes, I want to talk about iOS 14 because Apple claims that they will be fixing the way that they deliver beta software in order to prevent multiple issues with beta software releases and releases in general. We know that iOS 13 has been a very buggy software. As of right now, I've seen so many updates to iOS 13 that I've never seen before for any other iOS release. There's been so many issues with the emails application. There's been issues with AirDrop, AirPlay, and so forth. Right now, iOS 13.2.3 continues to attempt to improve the user experience for iOS users in iOS 13. There's just been back-to-back software releases. I'm sure you've seen these updates on your iPhone. Pretty much every week we see a new bug fixes and improvements, just fixing things like camera issues, software issues, search, mail, battery, you name it. There's been so many bugs with iOS 13. Now, a new report from Bloomberg reports that the software chief, Craig Federighi, has had a meeting with their software developer team in hopes to prevent this happening in the future. And I'll explain how everything works. Now, this doesn't mean that iOS will not have no bugs whatsoever, but this is an attempt to fix as many bugs before the official release. I was so surprised that when Apple released iOS 13, before the iPhone 11 even launched, there was already an update waiting for the iPhone 11. There was so many issues. The email applications was a disaster. Till this day, it still has some issues, and I have to say that this has been one of the buggiest software experiences so far. Although I am happy that Apple is releasing software updates back to back to release and fix as many issues as possible, but this shouldn't be the case. Now, the way iOS works is that every team has a specific thing that they work on. So for example, a team could be working on dark mode. There's specific targeting dark mode and how dark mode will work with the UI. Now there's another team that works on control center, another team that works on the battery department, another team that works with the app switcher and behavior of apps in the background and things like this. So this time around, according to the report from Bloomberg, it looks like Apple will have what they called daily build, and this is a flag system that's going to be built into internal test iOS 14 in the future when a new feature is added to a particular portion of the OS to be toggled on and see if this new feature will cause any other issues with the existing software. So for example, if you develop something new into the control center, the team that's responsible for this portion of the OS will add a platter. Let's say they add a new platter to the software. Well, Apple will jump into settings, they'll enable the new platter and see if this new platter causes any issues with any other part of the software, because it's multiple teams working together to put together one piece of software. Now, whether you love or hate Apple, Apple has one of the greatest ecosystem of any other platform. Everything that Apple does, they try to make it so it's seamless, easy to use. For example, connecting a pair of headphones, as simple as that. You just open it up, click connect, and it should work. And that is the intention behind this new flag system for iOS 14. So as I mentioned, if someone is working on the actual control center or the app switcher and they add a new button to clear all applications, for example, Apple will go back into settings. As it sits right now, they'll enable it. They'll see if this causes any issues, and this way they can pinpoint exactly where the issue came from instead of having just everyone adding new features on top of every new feature, and then everything comes together and then it just causes a big mess. So hopefully in the future, the way that iOS 14 and iOS in general will be internally tested will be a big improvement on the amount of bugs that we do not see after the release of a new software release. So I'm hoping that Apple really implements this flag system where they can enable these new features, have a look, isolate the issue, and then just kind of fix it before it causes any additional domino effect on the other features built into iOS. And I'm hoping this is the case. We're going to continue testing iOS 13 here in studio, of course. Right now, we're still sitting in iOS 13.2.3. Apple continues to fix the software, and hopefully by the time iOS 14 in June of next year rolls around, which is the expected WWDC release as usual, we won't see as many issues as we saw this year. We know that the issues continue. I know that the battery issues continue, and Apple is really just working hard on trying to fix as many issues as possible, and this could be the fix in the future. So just a quick update on how iOS could be evolving in the future, how Apple could be improving the software. Let me know your thoughts in those comments down below. Thank you for watching today's video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.